It was a bright and sunny afternoon in the outskirts of Johannesburg, South Africa, where Alex the Q King Wilson was attending an invitational snooker exhibition. Known for his incredible trick shots and eccentric personality, Alex had fans all over the world. But nothing could have prepared him for the event that would change his life forever. The exhibition had been set up at a luxury safari lodge, a curious mix of snooker tables and wildlife. The organizers thought it would be fun to have a backdrop of majestic landscapes, with the occasional giraffe or elephant wandering by. Alex was excited. He loved the idea of blending his passion for snooker with the wild beauty of Africa. After wrapping up his morning practice, Alex decided to explore the lodge. Armed with his favorite snooker cue, a custom-made beauty he affectionately called Excalibur, he wandered off, hoping to take a selfie with an elephant for his Instagram. As he strolled further from the main lodge, he felt a sense of adventure brewing. Little did he know, that adventure was about to get very real. About 200 meters from the lodge, Alex spotted a small watering hole. Perfect spot for a photo, he thought. But as he approached, he froze. There, lying under the shade of an acacia tree, was a massive lion. Its golden mane glistened in the sunlight, and its eyes were half closed in a lazy expression. Alex's brain screamed at him to back away slowly, but his feet stayed glued to the ground. The lion, sensing Alex's presence, opened one eye, then the other. It stretched, yawned, and locked its gaze onto the snooker player. "Nice kitty," Alex muttered, clutching Excalibur like it was a sword that could save him. The lion, however, seemed unimpressed. It stood up, shook its massive body, and took a step forward. And then Alex did the one thing you're absolutely not supposed to do. He bolted. "Why am I running? Why am I running?" He shouted to himself, but his legs didn't listen. Behind him, the lion let out a roar, a deep, guttural sound that reverberated through the savannah. The chase was on. Alex sprinted like his life depended on it, because it did. His cue flailed in one hand as he dodged rocks and bushes. He wasn't exactly built for running. Years of leaning over snooker tables hadn't done much for his cardio. But adrenaline is a powerful thing. As he ran, his mind raced. Think, Alex, think. What would a snooker champion do in this situation? And then it hit him. Distraction. With the lion gaining ground, Alex skidded to a halt, turned around, and dropped into his snooker stance. "You want a piece of me, big guy? Let's play," he shouted. The lion slowed, clearly confused. Alex placed a rock on the ground as if it were a snooker ball. With one smooth motion, he aimed with Excalibur and struck the rock. It flew through the air, bouncing off a nearby tree and landing with a thud a few meters away. The lion's ears perked up. It bounded after the rock, momentarily distracted by the unexpected game. Alex didn't wait to see what would happen next. He took off in the opposite direction, sprinting back toward the lodge. By some miracle, he made it to the safety of the main building. Collapsing onto the floor, he gasped for air as the staff and other players crowded around him. "What happened?" one of them asked. "Lion," Alex wheezed. "Chased me. Tried to outplay him. Trick shot. Worked." The story quickly spread, and by the end of the day, Alex was a local legend. Fans started calling him the Lion's Q, and he leaned into the nickname, even designing a new logo with a lion's paw holding a snooker cue. As for the lion, it reportedly hung around the lodge for a few days, occasionally chasing butterflies and rocks. The staff affectionately named it Cue Ball, but the story didn't end there. Alex, being the showman he was, couldn't resist turning the ordeal into a full-fledged media event. He began recounting his harrowing escape on talk shows and in interviews, each time adding a little more flair to the story. "I stared that lion right in the eye," he would say dramatically, "and I told it, 'You're not ready for this trick shot, buddy.'" Audiences loved it. Meanwhile, back at the lodge, the staff installed additional safety measures to ensure no other guests would accidentally wander too close to the wildlife. But Cue Ball the lion had become something of a mascot for the place. Tourists would often ask to see Alex's lion, and the lodge capitalized on the newfound fame with lion-themed merchandise, including snooker cues decorated with paw prints. Alex's career took an unexpected turn as well. Inspired by his brush with death, he began incorporating wild animal motifs into his performances. His signature entrance now involved a lion's roar sound effect, and he even commissioned a custom snooker table shaped like a lion's head for his exhibitions. Fans couldn't get enough of the Lion's Cue brand, but Alex wasn't content to stop there. He started a charity aimed at wildlife conservation, donating a portion of his earnings to protect lions and other endangered species. He frequently visited South Africa, often bringing along other snooker players for special events at the lodge. These visits became a staple of his career, blending sport, adventure, and a touch of danger. One such event was the Snooker Safari Challenge, a unique tournament where players competed in outdoor settings, surrounded by the sights and sounds of the African wilderness. The grand finale of the first challenge took place near the same watering hole where Alex had his fateful encounter. This time, the area was secured with fences and guides, but the memory of the lion was still fresh in Alex's mind. As he prepared for his final match against a formidable opponent, Alex couldn't help but feel a sense of déjà vu. The sun was setting, casting a golden glow over the savannah. The crowd of spectators, seated on makeshift benches, watched in hushed anticipation as Alex lined up his shot. He took a deep breath, adjusted his stance, and whispered to himself, "This one's for Cue Ball." The shot was perfect, a tricky double bank that sent the ball straight into the pocket. The crowd erupted in cheers as Alex raised his cue triumphantly. In that moment, he wasn't just a snooker player. He was a legend who had turned a near-death experience into a story of courage, wit, and triumph. As the evening wore on, Alex mingled with the crowd, sharing laughs and posing for photos. But as the stars began to twinkle overhead, he found a quiet moment to reflect. Looking out at the darkened savannah, he thought about how close he had come to becoming a lion's lunch. It was a humbling reminder of nature's power and his own humanity. "You're one lucky guy, Alex," he muttered to himself, chuckling softly. And so, the tale of Alex, the Cue King Wilson, and his encounter with a lion became the stuff of legend. It was a story that combined humor, suspense, and a touch of the absurd, much like the man himself. And while Alex continued to dazzle audiences with his snooker skills, he always carried a little piece of that African adventure with him, a reminder that sometimes the wildest moments in life make the best stories. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the incredible world of snooker players and stories. If you're as passionate about the game as we are, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a shot. Do you have a favorite snooker legend or story you want to see featured? Drop it in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep hustling, keep aiming, and remember, on the green felt, every game has the power to make you a legend.